Hey guys, welcome to number 4 of the Derby Career Mode Live, and to start off this episode we have got the game against Ipswich. We have really haven't done that well recently, so we have reverted back to the 4-2-3-1. We did win the last game of the last episode against Newcastle. We lost against Burton, lost against Villa, only drew against Preston, lost against Forest, and a couple of wins there against Brighton and Barnsley. So we're going to kick it off again with the 4-2-3-1, hopefully keeping up that good form. There is a bit of a fitness issue, as there is only a 2-day break, and then we've got a 3-day break. So these next couple of games we may have a bit of a struggle, but we are going to go into the game against Ipswich. As you can see by the table, after 6 games, we're doing okay. Like 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses, 10 points of course. We're only technically a point off the playoffs and 6 points off the top. And at this stage of the season, where we're trying to work out what's best to do, it's not too bad. Obviously it looks like we're not doing that well with both Forest and Burton above us, but in this episode we should be able to push ourselves towards those playoff spots. So Ipswich are a pretty good way to kick off the episode as well. We're going to have to make a few changes. I think I'll go with these two. I think I'll go with this front 4, even with this midfield too as well. It's just the defence. I think I'll put Forsyth in, and I think we'll just go with that lineup. It's a bit of a shame that he hasn't got the best of stamina. I think, yeah, only 61. Still need to look whether I can actually improve that. I'm going to rest George Thorne as well, bring in Butterfield. I'm kind of tempted to bring Darren Bent in because he has actually got that special card today. Yeah, I think I'll put him in for Trossard. He's a bit low on fitness as well. And Lowton can go out wide. Bent up front, of course, and even Watkins with his pace would be quite nice. So there we go, Christie has scored. I'm not too sure if my microphone was actually working during that. I checked over to see if it was working, and as I have just started recording, I don't know if it will be. We'll see in post, but I might have to commentate over it. But I quite enjoy just doing the live commentary because it's a lot easier editing up and stuff like that. Here we go, into Lugent. Can he get the shot off? Yes, he can. Keeper's made a save, but he's pushed it into his own net. Hopefully this time my microphone is actually working. And there we go, David Nugent's first goal from open play. I think he's scored 2 penalties so far. What is the cameraman doing there? I don't have a clue. Would that happen in real life? Probably not. The keeper would probably save it. Really? It's almost like I want to score an own goal, because that's, you know. Oh, it's not even going to go. Obviously, it's not going to go down as Nugent. So, still waiting for Nugent's first goal from open play. But good to see us up 2-0 at half time. Hopefully my microphone was working for the Christie goal, but if not, I do apologise. It's just one of them things that do happen. They are making a sub. Looks like it's Johnny Williams on for Hughes. Is that Hughes? It looks like Hughes. It's like Welsh, isn't it? Yeah, we should be able to see out the game now. It's just getting that first goal in career mode that's so important. Really camped into this Ipswich half. They're playing the 5 at the back, of course, so very deep indeed. And it's not helping them, because we're probably going to get a third here with Nugent. Has he got the chance? No! For some reason, I was pressing B, but he just kept on dribbling. Probably should have been 3 there, but maybe his reactions weren't good enough or something. But pretty good save from the keeper. Kind of made up for what he did in the first half. But they've really not pushed at all going forward. Into Vidra now with the shot. Keeper's made a really good save again. I don't know, the half-time team talk from their goalie's been pretty good. Here we go, ball into Vidra with the shot off the post. It's a nice bit of footwork from Lowton to set that up, but couldn't quite get the goal. There's the full-time whistle against Ipswich. Not the most eventful second half. We hit the post with Vidra, but apart from that, not much. Their keeper did actually do quite well. A couple of decent saves after a really poor own goal, to be honest. We were kind of, in a way, lucky, because they were pretty poor, to be fair, going forward, so probably did deserve the win. So just looking at our youth academy then so far, we've got 60 rated goalie Mason Lewis, who's pretty decent, goes up to a potentially 90. And then we got Stefano Rossi, who looks like somebody gifted to me. A little bit annoying, but we'll use him anyway eventually when he does get old enough. We could actually sign up Mason Lewis now and start growing him, but I think we'll just keep him there for now because we haven't actually got the time to change the training session, as we have got the game against Bristol City. That's the one thing with the Championship, you do seem to have a lot fewer training opportunities because you've got a lot more fixtures to play. We may have to make a few changes as well. It is a shame that we don't have the third kit, because we've had the third kit for the last like 2 or 3 seasons on FIFA. I'm tempted to use the away kit as well. Yeah, I may as well just mix it up a little bit. And it looks like Christie's going to be alright for fitness. We may have to sub him off later on in the game. We may try someone else down the middle, in behind the striker as well, as Vidra's looking a bit low. Who do we give a go? Unless we bring Troussard in and then put... yeah, we'll do that. Because Yota's really not done that well. I know he's quite tall, that's one thing that's a little bit annoying about him. I would prefer him if he was a little bit shorter. Good backup though in the squad, of course. Looking at the Bristol City lineup then, they have got a 4-1-4-1 team. A few players I do know in there. It's kind of crazy how Goulburn got team of the season, I think it was, for Wolves when they were in League One. And then the move up to the Championship, he really didn't do too well. We've got Adam Matthews as well at right back, David Cottrell, Gary O'Neill, the captain, who did get sent off famously against us in the playoff final, of course, when Johnny Russell was clean on through on goal. Lee Tomlin out on the left, again another player that had a crazy good season with who was it? I think it was Middlesbrough, and then he went to Bournemouth. They didn't play him all season. Now he's at Bristol City. It's kind of crazy how some people, they give him like 5 games and then not bother trying him again. Like, do you really think a player's going to go, yeah, I'll just work straight away? You've got to give him time sometimes. As you can see, we've got Lotus in the team. Hopefully he will get a goal in this game against a bit of a weaker team. He's lost the ball though straight away. Trying to push the ball here past Goulburn, but he's got the pace to keep up. Found it into Lotin. Now back into Russell. Cut inside into Thorne. Can he get past the centre-back? Yes, he has with the shot. There we go, George Thorne. He's come back into the side after being dropped against Ipswich. He did score against Newcastle, and he scored again against Bristol. Seems like he's a little bit... I don't know. I like Bradley Johnson, though, in the team. He's a very good winner of the ball. But Thorne again. He does tend to run up the pitch quite a bit, Thorne. But on his attacks, as you can see, he's quite effective. Pretty good finish as well. Good to get the first goal in the game. Bristol City corner in the last 10 minutes. We are going to have to hold on with this 1-0 lead because it looks like we're not going to be able to break down their defence. But if you look at it now, there's actually nobody there for Bristol. So they are going out all out. 9 saves for Carson. It shows how dominant Bristol kind of have been. And they have actually found the back of the net there. David Cottrell, the former Forest man. I think he used to play for Forest. I know he played for Birmingham. Just can't remember if he did actually play for Forest or not. I mean, it's the last few minutes. It was a pretty good ball in. Like, look where Max Lowe is. I know he's young, but he shouldn't be there, mate. A little bit frustrating. I think he used to play for Forest, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below. We're going to have to... I don't want to draw against Bristol City. Like, giving Lowton a go has kind of cost us, because... I don't know, he's just been pretty poor up front. And there it is, full time against Bristol City. We really did do not that well in this game. Again, Lowton, I want to see what his match rating was. We gave him the full 90. 7.3. Apparently. Good pass completion, decent dribbling completion, but he wasn't like... He was never in the right place at the right time. That was the problem with him. I had to run with the ball to get him into the right place, or kept passing to get there. I don't know. So we could have gone into the playoffs with that win in last game. We would have gone up to 4th, but with that draw, we're just outside. So we will eventually get into the playoffs. It's just a matter of time. It's just that late goal. Maybe a bit of fitness showing there. Obviously, both Christie and the both centre-backs obviously played against Ipswich, and they weren't looking too good. But as you can see, Max Lowe has grown to a 69 rated player. Was meaning to change either Hughes or Bennett, maybe one of the lows to Lowton. Let's go into the next game then against Blackburn. Let's have a look where they are on the table, maybe towards the bottom. Yeah, rock bottom of the table. They haven't got a single win yet in 8 games. They've lost 7 and drawn 1. If we lose this, then my god. But we should be able to get the win. Obviously, Chris Baird has gone to Blackburn. It's going to be interesting to see what we do with Chris Baird, to be frankly honest. We have got a fully fit team, so I'm kind of tempted just to use it, because it did well. Johnson made us a lot more defensively strong. I'll give Butterfield a go, because it is actually... Let's give Vidra a go up front on his own. Let's do that. I'm going to drop Lotin altogether, because he's been really poor for us since signing, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, we'll give Butterfield a go in behind the striker. Pretty good long shot ability. It says 60, but it should be more than that. He's got 5-star weak foot. Do I do that? Nah, because Johnson did really well. We'll put Hughes in behind the striker. I just think that a little bit of link-up play. And we'll go with that. Into the game then against Blackburn. They will have a pretty decent team there, to be fairly honest. They've got, like, Emnes, who did really well. I don't think he's there anymore. I think he went somewhere else. Jason Steele, Tommy Hoban, Liam Feeney, Mulgrew, Conway. Some decent players in there. I don't know. It's just a bit of a weird one, Blackburn. You think of what the amount of money they got from players like Rhodes. They got like 15 mil. Gestead, I think they got 8. And where's that money gone? I'd be really not, like, you think Blackburn, former Premier League winners, and you look at them now, it's kind of crazy. Here we go, Christie's won it. Can we flick it back into Nugent? Yes, we can. And that is the dream start. 4 minutes in, David Nugent, first goal from open play for us. He's finally found the back of the net. That one against Ipswich was ruled as an own goal. It was a bit of a cheeky finish as well. I don't know why, but I always hold the left trigger when shooting now. And I always do like fancy shots like that. And the amount of times I've missed the target because I've tried to do something like that. Did quite well in the end. Maybe you would have been blocked if we did do a normal shot though, to be honest. Great start to the game. I was tempted to go Vidra down the middle, but I decided to drop in, put Russell out on the right and Vidra down the left-hand side. Oh shit, I've committed with Christie, and now Zhao is through with pretty much the last kick of the half. Kind of fouled in there with Vidra, and if that was real life, he would have gone down and he would have been sent off. But because it's FIFA, the game's not that intelligent. Here we go, through for Nugent. And he's hit the back of the net. 2 goals for Nugent in this game. He's been quite effective against one of the lesser sides in the league. Yeah, nice turn inside from Johnny Russell. Hughes inside to Butterfield. Through for Nugent. Pretty much anyone could have passed the ball to Nugent there after both Russell and Hughes opened up the gap. It was a pretty good finish as well, but bottom left of the goal. Can we get David Nugent his hat-trick? Here we go. Into Bryson with the shot. And he's found the back of the net straight away, literally just come off the bench. Craig Bryson, in behind the striker, has got himself his first goal of the season. He's a great player, Craig Bryson. Like, he's just such a hard worker, like Johnny Russell. And yeah, it was a really good finish. 3 goals in the game, and first goal this season for the Scottishman. Oh, he's won off the centre back. Can he get his 3rd goal? Yes, he can. David Nugent has got himself the hat trick, and that is the perfect game for him, of course. We've kind of found our perfect striker now. Seems like Nugent's the man that has got that bit of bulk and can win the ball off the players and score some pretty good goals. I know it's only against Blackburn, but he did it in the last game against... not last game, the game before against Ipswich, and that's what we missed against Bristol City. I wanted to say Brentford for some reason, but it was Bristol City. There it is, David Nugent picking up the match ball, as he did get the hat-trick, of course. I think he's got about 6 or 7 goals now this year, in only a matter of 8 or 9 games, so done quite well. As you can see, Blackburn Rovers, woeful. Not even a single shot on target. Christie getting the man of the match, though, I think it was, with 9.5, but maybe Nugent got like a 10. But down in the bottom left it was 9.5. I should have probably checked the side, just to see who got all the assists and stuff like that, but we got like 40 games to play. Don't really have enough time. So with that result, we are into the playoffs by goal difference, only by 2. So obviously winning that game 4-0 was quite beneficial. If we win, though, we can go top if QPR drop points. We did just play yesterday, so I'm actually going to change the training session. In some training, then we have put Lotin on to do some training, and hopefully we can get him to grow. As you can see, Mason Bennett going to a 67, 2 ratings higher than Watkins, so I may give him a go in the next game against Cardiff. So Cardiff are above us in the table, so it is going to be quite a tough game, away from home as well, and we don't really have the best of fitness, but they probably won't have the best either, so it's going to be an interesting one, of course. I think we will, yeah, we'll stick with our home kit, and we may have to make a few changes. I think I will start with Nugent. but we'll have to sub him off later on in the game. Let's have a look at the Cardiff lineup then. I think they do actually have McGregor in goal. They do. I can't remember what happened. Marshall was their keeper originally, who went to Hull, and now they've got McGregor. I'm not too sure if they got him in January or not. Yeah, they've got Anthony Pilkington up front. He's like a right mid or a left mid. That's a little bit of a weird one, but they're like 2 points off the top of the table, so they must be doing something right. Greg Halford, who's a right back at CDM. Declan John. Is that Declan John? I'm sure Declan John's the goalie. Sol Bambo is actually training with us at this point of the season. Lee Peltier, Craig Noon, Aaron Gunnarsson, obviously the Iceland man. Yeah, it's a bit weird that they're so high in the table. It's going to be a tough test, one of the hardest so far. We've kept Nugent up front, but he's not going to have the best of fitness going on to the last, second half of the game. Here we go, Inter's won it. Can we get it past number 4? Yes, we have, with the shot. And there we go, 10 minutes in, back in the side, Thomas Ince after being dropped in the last game. Seems to do quite effective, just dropping players, bringing them back in. They seem to have a good reaction to the side, of course. Yeah, Sol Bamba just really slow on the ball, goes past him. I was kind of, will he score from that place with his right foot? And he did actually in the end, so that's quite good. First goal of the season. Was on a bit of a goal drought, like 9 games in without a goal. I'd normally expect him to either get a free kick or just a good run from that right hand side. But yeah, at least he's got it now. It's about the first shot for Cardiff in this first half, and I think he's actually injured himself doing that, so it just shows how poor they've been. It's kind of annoying how easy the Championship kind of is. I think we're going to have to start simulating games like one of the ones that are like in the bottom half of the table, just so we can get through this first season a little bit speedier. Plus it gives us more obstacles in terms of like you normally get injuries in simulated games, so that's something we could always do to make it a little bit harder, but at the same time just make it easier in terms of not playing as many games. They've made a stub at it the second half. Kadeem Harris coming on for Craig Noon, who, to be honest, any of the Cardiff attack really didn't do much. Here we go into Bradley Johnson. Can he get his second goal of the game? Yes, he can. That is why I want to play Bradley Johnson in behind the strike, because he's got that kind of power behind him. I think I did actually do that at the very start of this FIFA. It might have been the FIFA before, though. Can't quite remember. But I remember playing Bradley Johnson behind the striker. It was absolutely incredible. But when he got to the Premier League, he found it a little bit too... Like, he got to, 31, 32. And his pace kind of dropped off, and it's not quite the same. But in the Championship, you can just use brute force to get the results. Here we go. Into Mbappe Lottin. Can he get a goal? Yes, he can. There we go. I think that is his first goal for the club. It's in the 90th minute. He literally chucked everyone forwards, and he's finally got himself his goal. It was a good ball through from Mason Bennett. Nicely weighted, of course, on his left foot. McGregor's not had the best of days, to be honest. I don't think he's made many saves. Yeah, it's his first goal for the club. Just that bit of pressure's been taken off him, which is nice, of course. It's a bit of a shame we have not had time to get Bradley Johnson's hat-trick, but again, another 4-0 victory. It shows that we're doing the right thing with this formation. We may have one more attack to get Bradley Johnson's hat-trick. Can we... they've blown. With that victory against Cardiff, we have been pushed into, and it is kind of tight. Like, if we don't win the next one, we can already go down to, you could debate maybe 10th. Depends how badly we lose, of course, by goal difference. But, yeah, it's tight, like the Championship always is. It's a very difficult league. So far, we're doing quite well. Obviously, going back to this 4-2-3-1, we've scored 4 goals in the last 2 games. Clearly, we're doing something right at the moment. I think we are going to end off it here, though. Start off the next episode in October against Reading away. I think they're doing quite well. Leeds, Brentford, Huddersfield, then Sheffield Wednesday. I probably will simulate 1 or 2 of those games, just so we can get to the end of the season a little bit faster. I think we'll play against Sheffield Wednesday, probably play against Leeds as well, as they're a bit of a rival. We'll simulate against Brentford. Who else do we have? We have someone else in the next episode. We'll see when we get there, though, but hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. Make sure you do smash the like button. Leave some comments down below on who you want to see in the team. Maybe I'm not playing a player that you want to see a little bit more of. That'd be already quite interesting to see. Both Yota and Anya didn't play in this episode. Bennett did alright in the last 30 minutes against Cardiff. yeah, we've got a big squad. I gave Desart a go as well towards the end. It was just to, I don't know, shore up the victory and make sure we get the 3 points. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do smash the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and see you soon. Bye.